So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I created my own traveler's notebook, but it is using a leather piece that you can find at your local craft store. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you how I created my own traveler's notebook size. Well, I'm about to create my own traveler's notebook, but I want to show you how I modified the traveler's notebook company to fit my size. Okay, this is the old one. I created my own right here in the middle. The elastic is just to show you how it looks, but basically what you're going to need to do is decide what size you want it. If you want pocket size, if you want like me A6 size, and the reason why I modified it was because the passport was too small. Okay, it was too small, and the standard was too this is for traveling, okay, mind you. For my everyday journaling needs, this is still too small because I write a lot. So I would need like a bigger notebook, a wider notebook. But for traveling, this got heavy and I've traveled with this. So I am not motivated to carry this around in my backpack to take it out to museums. No, it gets too heavy and it sits in the hotel. So the sweet spot in the past has been the passport. But I run out of room with these little passport inserts. So the A6 is perfect because I can still carry this around. It's not as heavy and it's not as intimidating if I want to kind of, take it out on the table or journal at a cafe. But there's two parts to this video. How I modified this and my new favorite leather. Okay, that's why I'm jumping in here. I'm so excited because for my US based viewers, if you're familiar with Michael's Craft Store, I found the leather that matches the Traveler's Company almost exactly. Okay, but first let's get on to the tutorial. If you are interested in making an A6 just like I did, I even did it in the black. The black, I did this back in 2001 when I kind of had my social media break. We were just all disconnecting and trying to get one with ourselves due to the chaos of the world. So I did the A6 and I really, really liked it. Now, the thing is, what I want to share with you is it does get pretty pricey if you buy the Traveler's Notebook, right? The retail price, I think the value, they price it at, depending on where and who you buy it from, it could be $45 to $50 for this full size. The passport will run you $35 to $40. So then to purchase that and then modify it, it's kind of like, ooh, I'm just really cutting some of my money out the door. But the reason why I stuck with the Traveler's Notebook company was because I really enjoyed the feel of their leather. I love the way it patinas. I love the way it wears in. I also appreciate how lightweight it is. I've tried many Traveler's Notebooks in the past and the leathers just were not the same or they weren't as thin. They were similar, and there are other makers that have the similar style, but leather texture is just different. So since 2013, I have been loving the Traveler's Notebook, formerly known as Midori. And I, as much as I travel and I've gone to other stores, the leather source just was not the same. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, to show you how I did this little DIY, what you're going to need, and you may modify this to your needs, but this is what I did. I got the standard size. Okay, so let's just pretend that this is still intact. You can see the nice wear-in from the one that I have and then the one that got cut off. So to make an A6, luckily, the dimensions, the width-wise, it's the same. So you don't have to, cut it because the width is enough where it will hug the notebook, as you can see, and it leaves a little bit of room. So that makes it easier because you just have to worry about cutting the top. The top you want to, is it an inch? Let me retrace my steps. 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches that I cut off from the top. We're looking at centimeters, about 5 centimeters. Again, you want to eyeball this to your needs because there may be, this is upside down. There may be a notebook that you want and just go according to that. But just showing you how I did it. So with that, I marked it here at the end, little pencil, pen, marker, whichever you like. Put a little dot there, put a little dot there. And that just helped me keep this arrow straight. And then I got a razor knife or carpenter's knife, and I just cut it across like that. Okay, you just slice it, and then this flap goes away. But when this goes away, those little eyelets right here, those the leather punch is gone. So you have to create your own right here, which is what I did. You're going to need a hole punch. You could probably try to DIY it with maybe a thumbtack or a needle, but I just wanted to use a leather punch like this. You're going to get the leather punch, line it up wherever you want. The bottom already has it from the original design, but instead of having the elastic closure on the back, keeping it in the back, I wanted it in the spine. And so really I just needed to do 3 holes, 1 here and then 2 on top. So that way it threads through the middle. Again, you can modify this to your own needs. If you want 2 elastics, if you want 3 elastics, I knew I just wanted the 1 elastic like this on the black. So I just needed the 2 holes to keep it in. So you just get your hammer. I use my patio because it has that concrete surface. You could just make sure there's extra padding so you don't break through anything. But you just kind of give it a couple, hits like that and really punch it through and make sure it gets in there. And then you have your new traveler's notebook, and it will fit your A6. Again, this is if you're just following my tutorial. I don't have this all laced up or with the elastic because I'm using it for something else, but just to show you. The black I did use more often. So you could see I still kept the black elastics in here. I matched it. You can get elastic at your craft store. You can get it online. Just choose the color to your liking. So here you can see I have the elastic in the spine, and then a little hack I did in the middle. Right here you can see where the elastic is in the spine. Now, what I don't like with Traveler's notebooks, some designs, and even in the original, let me show you in the original. Or is it? Oh no, they have it. Okay, no, I'm thinking of something else. Okay, sorry. Let me see if they're... Okay, some Traveler's notebooks that I've seen, they will knot this part here to, keep it closed. And I don't like that knot, because then when my inserts are in there, there's a big old bulky knot. So I got some super glue and I just super glued the edges right here together. I don't know if you could see, I'm trying to, right here. Just got them, made them kiss right there, stuck it there for a couple seconds, let it dry, and there we go. So now that is pretty secure. If I ever want to change it, I could just cut it. Again, you can find a good elastic bundle kit anywhere, so it's not really breaking the bank, so to speak, but that is my little hack. Okay, so part 2 of this video. So that is what I did with the Travelers Company, right? So I'm jumping in here because I just got back from the craft store. Why didn't anyone tell me this? I was today years old when I saw at my Michael's craft store, okay, look at this leather. Okay, I'm by my window, hoping you can see, look at this. If I was blindfolded and this had let me get some Traveler's notebook inserts. If somebody had some Traveler's notebook inserts, okay, let me just find some here to bulk it up so you guys can see what it looks like. Let me get some. Okay, bulk it. And I have the little elastic around it. Let me set it all up so you guys can visualize it here. I was blindfolded and someone handed me this and they're like, oh, what brand is this? What maker? Okay, without the little clasp here missing, if I just had to hold it like this, I would think it is the Traveler's notebook, the Midori. The leather, it is pretty dang close. It is pretty dang close. And, for my Traveler's notebook collectors, users, you know that the leather does vary. So no two are the same. And here is some proof. This is the original let me show this. Oh, this is the original that I got. This is a newer one that I wore in because when I first got it, I did an unboxing, I think last year. It was stiff. So thanks to some of your suggestions, I like rolled it, got it all worn in. So it came out like that. I had to put in some work, but that, and then my passport. I love the way my passport looks. It has this nice worn in patina. It's very shiny. It's nice right here, especially around the edges. So you could see they all look a little different. Can you even tell? I don't know if you could tell. What if I zoomed up? No, I don't think you could tell. Okay, it's just, again, a lot of you collectors, you guys probably can relate to how these notebooks are. They vary in characteristics because even the camel looks different. I have this one, and then where is the old one? Even their original camel and then their new camel looks different, okay? So I'm talking about texture, weight, and the pull of the one from the Michaels store. It is almost identical. And the reason why, for years, I've been using this again since 2013, the Travelers Company brand. For years, I stuck with them because I love the lightweight of the leather. I love the effect and the patina that it gave, the texture, just everything about it. For those that understand, you understand. And I really was sure that I had to, if I wanted to enjoy using them, I just had to keep purchasing that company, that brand, because maybe their leather, it was hard to come across this exact leather. And I just was convinced that maybe it was that particular leather sourced in Thailand or wherever they got it from. So I thought it was just unique to, that company, because again, I've used different makers, different brands, different designs, and I've used different leathers, and none of them compared to this Travelers Company until now. So again, this is for my US-based viewers, only because I believe you would have the easiest access to this. Go to your Michaels, go in the leather section. And if you don't know where the leather section's at, ask the sales associate. They have a leather section. And they, this flap, the only gripe I have about it is when you get it, it's hanging right here on the hook. Okay, now the only thing that's a little disappointing is that the maker here, this is the brand. It is Art Minds Genuine Leather, comes in black and brown. Here are the sizes, the dimensions. They staple this paper right onto the leather. It is like right on there. So I had to get my staple remover and be very, very careful, but it is already punctured here. So when you do get this leather, be mindful of that, or be aware, I should say. It does have those holes already imprinted on there. Luckily for me, I'm going to use that for the backside, so it really won't affect me as long as it looks good on the front side. I'm going to cut this down for my, I'm going to make this an A6. And did I mention the price? Okay, I think retail price currently at the moment of me making this video, I think it said like $12, $12.99 or like $13. Don't quote me on that. You're going to have to check, the website or your store. I used a coupon because, Michaels always has coupons. So with that coupon, it came out to be like $10. So that is not bad considering that retail value of the original Travelers Company and any Travelers notebook in general, regardless of maker. A lot of them are, anywhere from $50 to $100 for a standard size. Passport will run you anywhere from $35 to $80, depending on the maker. But I have not come across a maker that is $10. $10 for this exact feel. So for those that may not be surprised and you're like, yeah, I already knew about that leather. I've seen it. Why didn't you tell anyone? Why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you help us out? Because for a while, I was just thinking, okay, I'm just going to have to buy the original, modify it myself to fit it. And I could have had this modification done for less. I'm so excited. So I hope this helps you. I even got the black. The black feels just like the black Travelers notebook. It feels a little, I don't want to say stiffer, but yeah, it kind of is stiffer. But when I tell you the sheen on it, the texture, it's just like the black. And this brown is even like the inside, the suede, the pull up. You guys, I'm so excited. So I hope you give it a try. I'm going to turn this off now and get to playing because I'm going to set this up like I showed you here. Get it all ready for my setup. I know a lot of you guys have been patiently waiting for my updated Traveler's Notebook setup. Some of you have messaged me, you know who you are. And yes, I do have some trips coming along the way, and I am loving this new system that I'll share in my next video with these new notebooks. A little hint, if you watched my last video, my previous video before this one, you may already know what I'm using. Okay, I'm using a pocket size style notebook, and this is the cover I am making just for that, for my new little baby. But oh, before you go, let me show you something else. Okay, so I thought it was interesting because this same brand, by the way, it says too, it's made in the US. So it's interesting because that leather source is, it says right here, made in USA. Wow, so that is so exciting that I found this. You guys, I'm just so excited. Can you tell? Be careful though, because, or I shouldn't say be careful, be aware, because at my Michaels, there were 3 other flaps just like this. And this was the only one that felt close to the Travelers Company. This was the only one that was soft and had that same feel. The other 2 were very hard, very stiff, very like too thick. It was too thick, but it was the same SKU, the same brand and everything. So it's weird because I feel like you would have to go to your store and actually get a feel for it. The black, they were all the same. They all felt like the same texture. But if you order these online and you get them and you're like, this doesn't look like the one in Michelle's video, that's probably why, because I don't know why the maker, just like I said in my last video, it could be like the same brand, but the leather material is different. Okay. So again, I advise that if you have access to Michaels, physically go there, go to all your locations and get a feel. For years, I never came across this brown leather. I've always seen this one. Maybe you have too. I've seen this one, the undyed, the veg tan, or the nude, I should say. This was always there. And I was just like, but I never came across the brown. I don't even think the black. So again, I was today years old when I found this brown leather Traveler's Notebook. So I'll leave the link down below if you do decide to order them online. If you don't like it, you can, return it. But I picked up this one, the undyed, because that would probably be fun to see how it patinas. And speaking of patina, I saw this. I'm going to return it. But it's this is fun. It's actually advertised as Travel Journal Kit. This was on sale. I think it was $10. I think it retailed for $20, but again, yours may vary. So I really liked it because it was already the undyed color, and you could see that it already had the patina. Look at that, it's already changing. So I'm gonna get another one, and the only reason is because this has the imprint from the instructions on this leather. Yikes! So I'm gonna return it, but it comes with the inserts, the little elastic. Paper quality is pretty thick. Not bad. Again, for $10 for this kit, it's a lot, I think, budget friendly getting this than, again, some of the major retailers out there or designers or makers. So if you are new to the Traveler's Notebook, journey to the new world, and you want to see if you like it, but you're kind of hesitant to invest in the higher pricing or higher priced ones, look at your Michaels. Again, this is for my US based viewers. Look at your Michaels and see if they have this. Again, I never have seen this. My Michaels, they don't really have all the cool stuff in, and they're hardly ever stocked. So I was really surprised again when I saw all of these leathers coming out. And I know they sold this for years because when I went to go find the link so that way I could forward it to a friend, there were reviews on this, high reviews on this that were like 5-6 years ago. So again, for those that knew, why didn't you tell anyone? It's one thing, I knew that people made their own leather Traveler's Notebook, but again, the emphasis is on the material, the leather texture. It is very, very close. I'd say at a 1 through 10, 10 being the Traveler's Notebook, this feels like a 9.5. It is pretty identical. So I'm very, very excited. When I get off this video, again, I'm going to do my setup. I want to show you in the next video, my ultimate Traveler's Notebook setup. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do that. So that way you can see the update when I have this set up and cut down. And yeah, I'm going to get it all with the elastic. But what else? I think that's that. The black, I'm going to just hold off for a while, but I'm just glad I have it. I'm going to go back to the store, to be honest. Well, first I'm going to return this, but second, I'm going to stock up on this leather. I am going to stock up on this leather because oh, by the way, if you don't cut this down, I know I'm going to have someone ask like, what size, would that fit like a moleskin? Because it does almost look like it would fit a moleskin, but it does not. Let me show you. I thought it would. So of course I checked, but no, the moleskin is a little thicker by like a centimeter or wider. So you would have to either cut this down, or the nice thing about this size, if you don't want to trim any of it up, for those that like to bulk up your notebooks, okay, for those that like to bulk up your notebooks, the nice thing is if you kept the same flap here and you just add elastic, you could, okay, I'm doing this not very well, but you could fit in like 6 inserts. So I know some of you really like to carry a lot of inserts with you, or you have a lot of booklets that you want to use to separate. Yes, this would work well for those that like chunky Traveler's Notebooks, because the original could never, okay? The original, it's not, I don't think originally it was intended for us to maybe bulk up, because again, for travel, you want to keep it light. So showing you on the original Traveler's Notebook, again, this is, what did I say, like 6 inserts there. So that would fit the original. I think 3 is good, but look, oh no, it does not even fit the 6. You're going to be pretty good with 3 inserts and maybe a zipper folder. So look into this. You can make this yourself. It's very easy, as I showed, and I'm not a handy person when it comes to this kind of stuff. I don't consider myself very a leather craftsman person. So if I can do it, you can definitely do it. If you do it, tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see, or comment down below if you do a video. So again, this video is long enough. Just wanted to pop in here and share this excitement of this leather for those that love Traveler's Company like I do. Or again, if you're looking to make your own, but you don't want the passport size, it's too small, and maybe the standard, it just doesn't maybe you want it to be thicker, or you just want maybe a different style. Consider this and follow the steps that I shared. I'll see you in the next video, guys. This is already chitty chatty. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for the setup. Bye.